So in this video, we're going to talk about how to mount your item. And depending on the size of the item and whether or not you ordered a matte border, we ship slightly different materials in order to mount your item successfully. So this video will take you through all the different types of mounting so you can match the materials that you received from us to the technique to use. So if you ordered a frame without a matte border, in order to mount, you just need to flip it over, remove the black flexi tabs from the back with the tools that we provide. If you just flip out, pushing from the acrylic, just the PVC backing board. If you take your item, you can place it in, it should fit perfectly. Just check all the black flexi tabs are pressed down, take the backing board again, back into the frame, then just squeeze the black flexi tabs back down tightly against the backing board, and now we can see that it fits perfectly. Okay, so now we're going to go over the process of mounting with a matte border. In this example, we've got some adhesive squares which we sometimes ship with smaller items. To use this one, you're basically going to turn over the item. You're going to take your sticky squares. You're going to remove the white cover. It's double-sided tape effectively. Then in each corner, you're going to take it relatively close to the edge, and then you're going to repeat that same step. In this case, we probably do 3 along the top and 3 along the bottom. Then once we've done that, we're going to take the item back. We can flip it over. We bring the PVC backing board back in. We put the item roughly in the middle. We take our matte border, we put it over the top. What we're looking to do is basically get it into a position where we're happy with how it sits. Then what you want to do is take an item that's not too hard but has a bit of weight to it so it won't damage the picture, and it allows you to lift away the matte border. And then what we can do is carefully start to peel away the blue side of the tape and stick the item down. So we just do that for each of the corners. Then we can take the matte border, put it back over the work. You can just maybe apply a little bit of pressure to make sure everything's stuck down nicely. And we can take the frame, and we can basically lift everything back into the frame. So we just do the matte border first. And we do the PVC backing. Press down the black flexi tabs. And again, we've got it perfectly mounted. Sometimes for larger items, and to be fair, usually much larger than this type of item, we also send this conservation quality tape. So we're going to use this item to show how we mount with that tape using methodology called T-HINGIng. So basically what we want to do is take our item, turn it over, and then we're going to scrape the edge of the tape. So you have to scrape it rather than peel it because it is quite difficult to get off initially. And as you'll see, it's very thin. And what we want to do is basically stick this roughly kind of half and half on the item. So we're going to do, for this type of size, 2 on the top, probably 1 on the sides, and 2 on the bottom. Now we've got the large lengths on. We're going to take a smaller square size. Again, it's the same tape, just cut to smaller sizes. Then we're going to create a kind of T shape with the tape. Okay, so once we've got all of the tape stuck on, we're going to bring the PVC backing board back in and turn over the item and place it back down. Just need to make sure the tape doesn't stick yet to the PVC. We get it roughly into the position that we want it. We can take our matte border, just kind of check that we're happy with the positioning. And then we can basically stick it down onto the item, apply some pressure. Then we can bring the frame back in, turn over the item, place it back into the frame, push down the black flexi tabs, and there we go, another mounted item. So another method that we sometimes ship, depending on the size of your frame, is also with photo corners. So for this one, we've already removed the PVC backing board and the black matte border in this case. So we're just going to take the matte border away for a second, and we're going to bring in our poster. We're going to roughly kind of put it into a position that we think is about right. We're going to take our matte border, put it back on the item. You could move it around and things to make sure that you're happy with the positioning. Once you're happy with the positioning, you're looking for an item that is kind of heavy but soft, won't damage your item. So I've got kind of like a beanbag here. Just put it on the artwork to keep it in place, lift the matte border away. And then basically with the photo corners, I'm effectively going to peel them off one by one. And I can lift the item up, slide the corner into the pocket so it's tight, and then basically stick it down. And I do that for each of the 4 corners. So the trick, of course, is to make sure that the item doesn't move while you're doing this, otherwise it'll lose the position that you originally had in mind. So that's all 4 corners stuck down. So I can remove the beanbag, can place the matte board back on just to check that it still looks good. What I can do is for now just move the item away. I can bring the frame back in. And we're basically going to put the matte border back in first. Just remove all of the... Then we're going to take the PVC backing with the item and place that in the frame now as well. And again, push down tightly all the black flexi tabs to keep everything in place. And again, there we go, nicely mounted poster.